I genuinely thought that Virginia Woolf had something of a say with regard to the stream of consciousness technique which she is so popularly known for, but honestly, Jeff Kinney and Greg Heffley do it way better. Good evening, book lovers of the internet. Welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 802, and yesterday I uploaded a poll on my YouTube channel in my community tab, and there was a bit of a not a Q&A exactly, but there was a question with regard to what kind of video you wish for me to make next, and I gave you four options, and the winner of that was a review of Diary of a Wimpy Kid number 4, which just so happens to be Dog Days, and I received this one as a gift several years ago, and I've honestly lost count with regard to how often I've read it. I mean, this is one of my favorite childhood series of all time, after all, and much like the other books in the series, it has precisely 217 pages, no more, no less, and I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. Honestly, my rating did not decrease, even though I am much older than I was when I read it last, and I still think of the series to be one of the best things that a person who is young at heart could read. And amidst all the work I have to complete for teaching practice, as you might know, that started today, I found the time to give this yet another read, and I am definitely looking forward to the summer and the summer holidays in particular, now that university has managed to completely ruin my winter, even though there's a whole month to go, completely ruined, and reading something along the lines of Dog Days truly gives me some hope for the summer months, which are going to be bliss in comparison to the hell that we are being put through. But it was an enjoyable read overall, and I feel horrible for Greg's fish, since it was killed by Susan, Greg's mother, who is irresponsible, and she put an aggressive fish in Greg's fish's tank in order to clean Roderick's goldfish's tank. It wasn't exactly a goldfish, it was more of an aggressive fish, the one that belonged to Roderick, and it was labeled as an aggressive fish. She should have known when Roderick bought it at the pet store, but yeah, in my opinion, it's absolutely vile behavior, and I genuinely think that Susan should know better, but she's simply an abusive mom, or a true American. Either could be valid. Um, but yeah, to be fair, this series is also written from Greg Heffley's perspective, so honestly, you can't really believe anything he says. In fact, maturing is realizing that Greg Heffley is not a character to be taken seriously or to be trusted. And it was honestly even sadder since Greg was taking such good care of the fish, and yeah, it survived for a relatively long time, and it could have been a learning experience for Greg, but it never transpired in this manner. Other than that, Greg's relationship with Rowley didn't work out as planned, but I suppose that, yeah, maturing is also realizing how much of an awful friend Greg truly is to Rowley, despite Rowley's silly behavior and how spoiled he is by his parents. So, yeah, Greg just, I suppose, wanted a decent summer, but he ruined that for himself. What with his laziness, him being uncertain with regard to what he truly wanted, and setting unrealistic expectations. So, yeah, of course, he was bound to be disappointed, and that was the only result which made sense in such a situation. And yeah, honestly, only disappointment could possibly be born from such an attitude, especially when you can't even treat your best and your only friend right. And they even got a dog for a couple of weeks, and it has honestly just clicked in my mind that it is called Dog Days, partially because they also got a dog for the summer. That never really transpired to me before, but um, yeah, they then gave him to their grandma since they apparently couldn't handle the responsibility as a family just to take care of a dog, after it was Frank Heffley's idea to get the dog to begin with. And this book ended with the revelation that history is written by the winners, since Susan labeled a bunch of pictures which were taken during unfortunate moments with optimistic labels and cheerful captions that were totally lies without a doubt. And Yeah, I bring the whole history is written by the winners situation since I am also reading Mein Kampf by our favorite Austrian painter at the moment, so that might be influencing me just a bit, but it is really easy to warp reality when you're in charge of the photo album or the scrapbook or the journal, whatever it might be. Um, the only time I laughed out loud or chuckled more like was when the Heffley family was trying to figure out what to call the dog and Roderick suggested Turtle, or Turd for short. I suppose that, I mean, potty humor never fails to entertain me. Call me a doo-doo head or something, but yeah, it's something that I enjoy reading and it cracks me up each time. And of course, I mean, I read this relatively quickly and I still feel as though it deserves 4 stars, even though it's been several years since I read it last and I've reviewed so many books on my channel, and unlike the other books in the series, this one did not particularly end on a happy note. It didn't feel as though things came together just as well as they do in other books in the series, but that was it from my end with regard to Dog Days by Jeff Kinney, the fourth book in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely amazing. And I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Thank you all for watching and bye guys.